Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a pleasant Wednesday. Hmm. Remember, everybody, coffee is love, coffee is life, and Raven Brews Dice makes awesome dice. Also, just throwing that out there. I think those are supposed to be like potions on the side of, like, vials or something on the side of that. Pockets. I think they're going to be bottles because they have not yet been painted, and I'm going to make a bottle. I'm just gonna put you down. Okay. Okay. I need to figure out what I want to do exactly. Yeah, no worries. Oh, I should probably load up the red site chat too. Yeah, it may help. Um, I think we're actually gonna start with some metallics today. Okay. So this, it doesn't actually need to be closed. Does not actually need to be closed. What I do need though is this bastard. I need right over here somewhere. Um, hmm. That's old gold. I don't want old gold. I don't want copper. Bronze. It will be bronze. Hey there, Tech Bro. How are you doing? Long time no see. How has things been, as it were? Good to hear. Giving it a little bit extra on the Vortex mixer because I haven't used this one in a while. And I want to make sure this shit is nice and mixed, at least as well as possible. Okay. So there's a new guy at work that I've been working with. Um and like the topic of like, you know, what time do you, cuz we work second shift. So throwing that out there. Um, this is nothing new. Everybody knows it's kind of the reason why I stream as late as I do. Um, Dude is like, well, what time do you normally go to bed? You go to bed like right after you get home, or you do you stay up late? I'm like, well, I stream after work, and I stay up a bit after that, so I generally don't get to sleep until like 6 a.m. Ooh, nice. Um, and like I said, topic came up that I stream and whatnot, and I talked about what I stream every now, like a little bit. Um, and then a little while later, as we're leaving, he's like, "So, do you get people from like around the world with how late you stream?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. There's a couple people in Australia, some people in Asia." There we go. That feels better. Sorry, I had to roll up my sleeves because it just didn't feel right painting with my forearms covered. Because we all know everybody is here. Yeah. That's actually one of the things that I really, really like about doing this is you meet people from all over the fucking world and from BC. But no, like it's especially in like this sort of time slot because like if I were to stream at a normal time, like fucking 9 or 10 Eastern time, at most I'm getting a few people in Europe at best. Like the night owls in Europe would be watching my streams. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. Hands down, bar none, this is my favorite ERB track. Okay. Bronson. Okay. That was way too much bronze. I don't need that anywhere near that much. Damn it. I'm gonna have to figure something out about that. I'm gonna have to put more fucking green on that. Damn it. God damn it. I hate when I do that. And that's like not overpaint that I can just kind of like hide. Get it back off. A bit. No. No. God damn it. God damn. Okay. So now it's actually time for a little bit of the secret sauce. Um, the cheater's way to do really cool like potion bottles and shit like that. Uh, no, it's small. Like it's not going to be picked up on camera on video, but like I can see it with my eye. Yeah, it's like it's a tiny mistake. So like I should be able to cover it with another coat of the fucking emerald green ink that I have. It'll just change the color on it a little bit, but I mean, if I go over the whole thing, it'll be fairly consistent. So like I'm not too worried about it. I just didn't want to have to overpaint it. Is all. But right now, I am going to do a little bit of a scuffed candy coat on all the bottles and jars. I'm just shaking up my chrome. Best liquid chrome paint on the market. 100% the best. Molotov. Okay, so which Chrome have you used that's better than Molotov? Because I would really like to check it out, and specifically something that can be brush painted on as well as airbrush. To be fair, I haven't actually been able to get my hands on the Vallejo Chrome. I've heard that's really good. It's just getting the Vallejo stuff for some reason is like 3 times the price when like we factor in shipping compared to the Molotov stuff. Really? Um. So is it an ink? Like what type of paint is it? Because that kind of matters to me too. Yeah, but you can brush. You can. You can use the model chrome stuff with a brush. Like really, all airbrush is airbrush paint is just thinner paint. Okay, so it's probably an ink then. Because like the big thing with that question is it like an enamel? Because an enamel is something that I just can't use because I use acrylic paints and those two don't mesh well. But yeah, if it's a marker, it's probably an ink. Because that's what the Molotov stuff is. Does it come in refills, or is it one of those you have to take the pen apart, you have to take the marker apart, and then because yeah, like my thing is I need to be able to brush paint it, especially because like I use it on shit this size, and I don't see a marker working well for that, understandably. Yeah, you should be good. No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, but I mean, like, what I'm talking about is like the stuff that I'm doing right now at like this scale. I don't think a marker would be the right tool for that job. I mean, that could potentially be more cost effective than this way of doing things where I just put a bunch in, like, because I'd waste a lot. But thankfully, yeah, I'll have to look in to see what it is. Um, like if it's like acrylic paint in marker form, then I might pick one up for like the next time for when I build one of the 30-minute missions kits that I have. Um No, I started with miniature paints and then I moved on to heavy body acrylics. And once I went to heavy body acrylics, I kind of, other than like specific brands of like inks, or actually not even that, other than like specific paints, I generally don't look at like made for miniature or made for any one hobby. Just simply because that stuff tends to be priced a little bit higher than it should be because it's like it's a Gundam marker. So the Gunpla people are going to pay more for this because it's for them. Just like people are willing to pay more for fucking shitty Citadel paints because it's made by GW. Like it's and that might not be the case. I'm not saying that is the case. It's just that's where my head goes with stuff like that. Because coming from like miniature painting and shit like that. I know that they would be pretty good for any sort of kit, but it's more they're marketed towards a specific niche within the hobbyist market, like within the painting hobby market. So, in my experience, there stuff like that is like this is for X is usually priced at a premium because it's listed as for a specific thing. But yeah, honestly, I don't see myself moving from heavy body acrylics and inks slash also oil paints once I get my head around them a little bit more. Okay, we don't need to deal with that. I need another one of these. That's the thing. Is like, you know, if I can get a similar effect out of something that costs me less money, I'm gonna go for the thing that costs me less money. Um, like the Gundam Chrome may be better, but I don't know if the better for my normal use is enough to justify paying more for it compared to like the Molotov. So like, but is it cheaper than the Molly refill? So I don't bother getting the marker because I don't need the marker for my normal. Because yeah, like I didn't buy the marker. I just went and bought one of the refill tubes, and that shit's gonna last me forever. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm only using like a couple of drops at a time. That's the thing is like they're like a one and done. Once it's out, you pitch it and you get a new one. Um, like that's the thing, and it's there's nothing wrong with that. It's just for my normal purpose, the Molotov works a little bit better. Though I am interested in taking a look at the Gundam markers. Like I said, once I break out one of my 30-minute missions kits, so that I can have some fun with that because I think that would be a blast. And it like I like I'm I understand the reason for using marker type application on something the size of like a 30-minute missions kit or like a high grade kit or something like that. Like it makes sense. At first it didn't, and then I painted a couple and I'm like, you know what? This would be a lot easier with a fucking marker. So, yeah, I get it. There for now. Okay, so potion bottles. Crimson. Are you? You are transparent. We're gonna go with crimson first. No, I don't want 000, 00, 00. But yeah, I'm always on the hunt for good chrome as far as paints. So like I definitely will. Yeah, and like that's the thing is like I have more brushes than I will feasibly use within the next like 2 years. Like even if I were to start abusing all of my natural hair brushes that I have enough brushes to replace them all at least once. Some of them twice. And like everything I do is hand brush. Well, not everything. Most of the stuff I do is by hand. Actually, my next one is like my next commission um, is going to be like a giant space shuttle, uh, like sorry, giant space shuttle tank accessory for a friend's Transformers collection. Like he's getting it he got it 3D printed and he's getting me to paint it for him. And yeah, on that I'm definitely going to have to do more than a little bit of airbrushing because from the look of it, it's big. Thankfully, like the main tank for it, because it's like it's like the old like space shuttle. Oh yeah. Well, like, and also at the scale that I work at generally, like, I don't do a lot when it comes to airbrushing. Like, you can airbrush a full mini. I've watched videos on it, and the people that can do that reliably are fucking talented. That's just not. I'm not that skilled. um, there we go. Yeah, like as far as airbrushing, like I've watched a few videos on somebody like airbrushing something this size, and I'm like, fucking good on you, man. I do not have that much experience or control. Because that's basically what it comes down to, is having that like super fine control over your fucking your 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 button press basically, and like your trigger press, and like exactly how much you let out, and having your fucking tank tune your like pressure tuned perfectly. Yeah, I'm not that good. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and like that's the thing. That's primarily I prime and I varnish with airbrush for like the vast majority of the stuff that I do. Um, or opaque. I don't want opaque. The lemon is also. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a lemon yellow potion bottle. This is a druid. They're bound to have some weird shit. Alright, I live my truth. Remember to. The only thing I don't like about using inks is they don't play as well with vortex mixers, so they're more of a handshaky in order to like make sure they're all mixed and properly using that motion. Mm. Really have to learn not to try and take a drink of coffee while I'm shaking fucking paint. You know, I think after the next commission, I might do. I might actually put together and paint one of those 30-minute missions kits that I have. I didn't finish the first one, but like it's kind of all over the place on my desk, and I don't really want to like piece it back together at this point. Um, that and I'd have to strip everything and start over again, and I really don't want to do that. I'm lazy. So I'm just gonna start a new one and then figure out what I'm gonna do with those bits eventually. Probably incorporate them into something. Maybe fuck them up and use them as part of a big diorama. Ooh, ooh, I could do that potentially. 'Cause I have two full mechs and one that's kind of in pieces. I could make it look like it was like some big fight between three mechs, and one of them has already been like torn apart. We're gonna go. Ooh, transparent. Yeah, I get that. But I mean, they're made so that you can like plug shit into them and make weird shit. Or buy the like extra kits to get the like armor to make it look like something specific. I like the fact that like you could just buy a bunch of them. Yeah, like they're cheap. You can just buy a bunch of them and go, you know what? I want these bits off of this sprue plus these bits off of this sprue plus these bits off of this sprue. Sorry. Talking gunpla, I should use the correct terminology, but they're all sprues to me. But no, you know what I mean. Like you can just mix and match as you see fit. JT, welcome in. How are you doing? What did you get up to tonight? What were you working on? Anybody who was already in here and who is not following Mr. JT Stark, you are doing yourself a disservice. Um, he is an awesome miniature painter. You know that happens. That happens. And you know what? You're a better man than I because I've done that before and I woke up and I was an hour late and I was like, fuck it, I already slept through the first hour of my stream. We're not streaming tonight. But yeah, like that's one of the things that I really like about the 30-minute missions kits is you can just take a bunch of stuff of a bunch of different sprues. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm still at the unpainted diorama stage. I have to finish this here commission, and then I can get back to the setting the scene for mine. Like for yours? Yeah, that makes sense. Like I got like well, you've seen obviously 'cause I've shared. But yeah, like I've got my miniature part herself already painted up. Now it's just doing the diorama part. But that's also because I was like, I already have it. I'm gonna start now. Okay, like that. Yeah, I can appreciate that because metal is a whole lot more work than very tasty resin. Also, gonna throw it out there. Neko Galaxy resin is the best resin I've got my hands on. I don't know. Like there is, I only got two, so there is a chance that I just got really lucky. But she had almost no like holes, air holes. There are a couple of small air holes on the back of the sword that's not going to be seen anyway. And like I didn't even notice them until I had started painting. Like that's how small they are. Like I was thoroughly impressed. A certain company that thinks they're, the best thing in miniature making should probably like buy some Neko Galaxy stuff and take some notes. Is GW. I'm talking about GW. Their resin is the worst. Like, what's really messed up? Like, I've got my hands on some recast stuff from some China casters. Okay, it is sad when China cast resin, like recaster resin, is better than your in-house resin. Like, I I can't wrap my head around that. So I need to do the potion bottles on her bag. Oh, you're also transparent, aren't you? You are. Yeah, we'll do Natsal Crimson. That is fair. That is entirely fair. But I mean, to be honest, they would make a lot more money if they had better resin. Like, I am far from the stereotypical capitalist as far as like that goes. But like even I know it takes a little bit of money to make a lot of money. All three of these are they're all going to be red. They're the berry juice potions, also known as healing potions. No. Like okay, so this isn't my no worries, no worries. Do what you got to do, monsieur. No, she's carrying around jars of strawberry jam. Like this is a commission for somebody else. So I'm gonna be as ridiculous as I can in regards to my own headcanon for this character. And yeah, she has this thing with carrying strawberry jam. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Hmm. Oh, I do love me some coffee. Okay, so I need to do corks, I need to do ropes, I need to do the raised bits on her cloak. the leather on the handle, the bone on the sickle. And maybe the same. Yeah, on the inside of the cloak. I'll do the same brown wash that I do on the sickle. Ooh. You know what I haven't used in a long time? Is my Army Painter Strong Tone. Use that. The reason I haven't used it really is because I have the two browns. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Thing the first, we need our wooden tone. Glad I still have some of this. Paint that I suggested from a now defunct paint, or sorry, a wash that I suggested from a now defunct paint company. It wasn't the wash that did anything; they just weren't very big, and it's kind of hard to break into the miniature paint gig unless you already have a name, e.g., Duncan Rhodes. His shit took off, but like he's well known within the hobby. Oh yeah, that's fucking perfect. I've always been more of a fan of that like kind of browned, aged, ancient bone look rather than the like brand new ivory white bone look. You know what I mean? Like I've always found that like kind of aged browned bone is always looks more interesting in comparison. Might even do with this the wrappings. That would actually make just get the there we go. There we go. Little bit of definition. You can see the different bands on her arm. That's what I wanted. Now the inside of the cloak. Do I still want to use the strong tone? Yes, I still want to use the strong tone. I do not have enough room in there, and that's starting to mix, so that is a no-go. However, oh wait, no. Damn it. Another one it is. I'll start. That's what. Okay. And this will be a different brown than the outside, so I think it'll work. And then I'm waiting. You away because I need something a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Okay, give you a little bit of a mustache right on Bert. Okay, go. That's nice. I like how that darkens it just ever so slightly. Go. I like that. I like that quite a bit. A little bit more in some of the folds, though. Come over here. Here. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna do the band around those a different color because I feel like it. For no other good reason than that. I'm gonna go to 000 just to make sure we can get a small enough bead on this. And we are going to use some carbon black. All we're going to need is just a little drippy drop. Probably do this in a couple of coats because I'm doing this with ink that is a transparent ink. That's fine. They're held by a different band that was like put there afterwards. Is how my how that's going in my head. Yeah, it's the fine detail work. Because most of the super not super fine detail stuff is already done. God damn it. Uh, uh, could be worse. Probably won't be noticeable from tabletop range. They hope, hopefully. uh, Love it. Okay, so now let's do. Uh, sure. I'll get another spider, bro. Or try to get another spider, bro. Oh, just a second. I think my headphones just died. I'm like 99% sure they just died on me. One second. Time to switch headphones. Yep, they died. Cat, you are in the way. I love you, but you're in the way. Ah. Yay, you caught the spider, bro. Jink. You need to be dry. Hey, it's at the end of the queue already. Nice. This shit is such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass. Hey there, Kate. How are you doing? Hey, Sharky, if you're out and about, or if you are about, can you drop a shout out for me? Thank you, sir. Holy crap. I'm alive. Work sucks ass at the moment because I went from being the person who runs my machine to being the second person in a one person job. It does. My day at work is so goram boring. I do not use folk art paint. You shut your dirty whore mouth. I use, as far as the paints that I use, as far acrylics, I use golden heavy bodies, and as far as inks, I use mostly Liquitex and De La Rowney. But I do have one Windsor Newton, and that's my Indian slash Mars Red. Though to be fair, I have seen people who do use folk art paint and can get really good like results out of it. It's just not a medium for me. um, yeah, but no, I've never once touched folk art paint. I don't like. So I have some deco art paint, but that's mainly for doing like large terrain and shit like that. Um, Most of that I got when I was looking at building myself like a modular gaming board, and you don't want to use fucking Citadel mini paints when you're making a 1 foot by 1 foot square. You want to use that dollar store craft acrylic. But yeah, as far as like paints go, I try to use artist artist acrylics and inks. Just simply because like your purest primary colors are gonna be in artist grade paints. Hands down, you can compare miniature paint reds to a cadmium red. The cadmium red is gonna win hands down. Only downside with cadmium is you can't use it in an airbrush. Heavy metal poisoning is no joke, kids. It's what I use on Gunpla. I think the Camo Zaku 2 was done using artist acrylics. I wasn't really using as much inks then, though. So like there's a slight difference in like how it looks. But yeah, like in my opinion, because gold paint is a lot cheaper than gold leaf, and you know, miniature painting, especially 40K miniature painting, well, miniature painting in regards to 40K is a rich kid's hobby. We'll just fucking throw that out there. And it would take a good amount of I would imagine that it wouldn't it wouldn't last as like it wouldn't be as durable. That's the word I'm looking for. As like a gold paint would. What is it that I have to do now? I have to do the bottle caps, I have to do the ropes. I think I want to go over the cloak one more time with you're semi-transparent, aren't you? You're only semi-transparent. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Unless I was getting it for like a specific purpose and one thing that I really, really wanted to say that yeah, I that's gold leaf, not just gold paint. There's no point in not just using fucking gold miniature paint. That's one thing that I do actually generally grab specifically for like as a miniature paint is metallics. And the last one that I grabbed was the Vallejo model color. I'm a fan. Tamiya is enamel, isn't it? Like they don't do a like an acrylic line of paint, do they? Oh, I need medium white. I'm going to guess by the context you're meaning Vallejo. Works well enough for miniatures. It gets the effect across at the very least. San Diego. Yeah, well, I can imagine for that because over a larger space, it wouldn't look right. Like it basically comes down to using the right tool for the job. Really, at the end of the day. Which kind of goes back to the conversation we were having before about like the chromes and the like using the marker on something the size of a gunpla like a a Gundam or something like that rather than something the size of a miniature or the chrome from Gundam versus the chrome from Molotov where I can just get a cheap refill and it meets my current needs. Let's We're gonna use this brown. Jack Canadian, San Diego. A little bit of Liquitex acrylic ink. Now to mix. So this actually this super desaturated brown is a good base for a large number of different effects like wood, leather or like rope. Fucking even kind of like burlap. It would be a good start, and then I'll throw a regular Pokeball at that. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, and I've talked about this before, and I'm sure some of the people who've been in chat often are kind of sick of hearing me talk about this. But like going to heavy body acrylics, going to artist acrylics, I think has it's made it so I'm more conscious over what makes the effects that I'm trying to go for. Like like I actually have to think about what I'm doing more and you know build from the ground up. Like it requires I don't know a little more forethought when you're going through the process because like you're not just picking oh hey I want this specific red so I'm going to pick up this bottle and it's going to be the specific red that I wanted type deal. Like you actually have to be like, okay, so you know, where is this in the spectrum of red? How desaturated do I want it? How vibrant do I want it? Do I want it to lean towards like an orange rather than being like a pure red? Like it's interesting the combinations you can come up with and like and whatnot when you start thinking about it. The best red I have ever used, unfortunately, is not good for airbrushing. Is, as I mentioned before, cadmium red. Though you can get like a cadmium red hue, which you should be able to airbrush just fine without, any sort of worry of anything like that. Um, if you have access to like an art store where you are, um, I would make the suggestion to take a look at Golden So Flat. Now, like with something like Golden So Flat, the upfront cost may be a little bit higher, but that shit will also last you forever. Ooh, well, that's nifty. Remember, everybody, brush care is important. You treat your brushes well, they will treat you well. Goes the same for airbrushes. I need to learn to be better with mine. Well, I mean, you can thin down Golden So Flat. The only thing is like you just would look for like a cadmium hue rather than a cadmium paint. But like I said, like it would be worth it, I think, to take a look at the Golden So Flat line. Um, because like you are going to get your purest reds in an artist acrylic. Well, in an artist grade paint. It's one black. Six. There we go. Because like The I don't know, the main difference I've seen in like my looking into it, because like I make paint as a hobby as well, like on occasion. I need to do that again soon. I haven't done that in like a hot minute. I have like the supplies to do so. But no, like the the main difference between like an artist paint and something like a Gundam paint or a miniature paint is the additives. That's the main difference. It's essentially the additives and the binders and shit like that. The pigments at the like at the end of the day, the specific pigments used are basically the same. It's just unfortunately 99% of like bespoke, I'll call them, paints like for insert hobby here. Um like it's like the main thing I don't like about most hobby specific paints is they're mostly blends, and they don't tell you what pigments they use. Whereas like with this emerald green here, I know in this there's two different yellows, a green and a white. Yes, but okay, so let's use an example from something that I've done before. And it's not going to be with green, but like mixing a red and a blue together, expecting a purple, but getting a brown because of the the different pigments that were used in either the red or the blue. You know what I mean? Like I've had situations like that happen. Not necessarily, it's just a specific shade of blue from like GW, which by itself is a wonderful shade of blue, mixed with a specific shade of red from GW. Unfortunately, the pigment the pigment mixture in those added, you know, basically added the pigments together and made brown. That's but that's the thing is that's how miniature paints work. That's how most paint blends work type deal. Is like, you know, it's and like different different types of pigments, like different yellow pigments. Yeah, I when I'm mixing paints, I you know go for broke. Like the green that's on her cloak that I like. This green here, that dark green, I mixed that myself because I knew the exact like type of green that I wanted. But I mean, that's the thing too, is I generally like to work with somewhat of a limited palette. Need. Like, I haven't been on this, I've been going all over the map, but like, generally, I'll stick to primaries for my paints. And then I'll mix up, whatever secondary colors I need. Except for purple. If I want to use a purple, I use Diox purple because that is the best purple out there. But yeah, like this green here is a mix of cobalt blue and did I use lemon yellow for that? I think I used lemon yellow for that. Mm, I want one more dupe of green on there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little medium to this. No, I'll throw an ultra ball at that. I have a plethora of ultra balls. Don't be an asshole. There we go. I'll go actually 1-to-1. I was gonna go 2-to-1, like paint to medium, but or ink to medium, I should say. But I think 1-to-1 is smart. No, I need a bigger brush for this. This is going to require a 2, a 2. Yay, I caught it. Okay. That's gonna look awesome. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, they're fucking. There's, as they say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There we go. I like that multi-shade green effect that I've got going on there. I'm gonna fucking keep that. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. If I fuck with it anymore, it's gonna ruin it. Because that's how that shit works. Now is coming up the part that I really, 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 really dislike doing. And that's the eyes. I actually put the eyes off for a minute. I have other stuff that I can do first. No, actually, hold up. There we go. There we go. I like that. Okay, so now I need. Fuck it. I'll just do a new drop. It's fine. Stuff to do the flowers too. Shake, 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 shake. Coffee. Mm. What are you laying? That way? You're laying that way. Okay. I can pet you with my foot like that. Yes, I'm petting you with my foot, cat. Because my hands are busy. You know, I regularly wonder why my cat has like an obsession with my feet, and then I turn around and pet her with my feet. Might have something to do with it. Maybe just a little. Oh, oh no, that was over there. One that got mixed. Here, no, I need 000. I need the tiniest of brush for this endeavor. I'm gonna go over all of that. Okay. Okay, that's dry. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears for a moment because I need to prime the monk. I don't have a lot of time left tonight. We want to get him primed. So, we're first going to do something that we should have done last time we used this, and that is properly do some cleaning, yep, of the airbrush. Oh, that's bad. That should not come out like that. You're actually not looking terrible at the moment. That's fine. It's just the needle that's the issue right now. For that, we're going to take some of our airbrush cleaner. A bit more. I do love the Vallejo airbrush cleaner. This stuff works fucking treat. Seems to be in working order. So now, side, we're gonna grab a paper towel. Okay, so disclaimer, you shouldn't airbrush without a fume hood. Bad for you and stuff. You should have proper ventilation at all times when you're using something like an airbrush. Yeah, I need fuck. Even if it is acrylic, it's still a good idea to wear a mask. Like for safety's sake. I don't need any comments on my scuffed painting technique. Alrighty. Now it is time to rinse. Yeah, I need to fix that like little air leak that I got. Just enough to be annoying. Like just enough to be annoying. I believe I know where it is. I just need to like rewrap the threads on my adapter for my quick release. Yay, I caught it. Like, really, at the end of the day, as long when you're airbrushing, as long as you have good ventilation, it should be good. Okay. There we go. Should be fine for the nonce. Hold it up and become a brush painting or brush cleaning spot. Ah, fuck. You know, I meant to put a glove on. Apparently, I forgot. So I now have gray hand. Oh, hi, you. You're my fat cat. Yeah, you're my fat cat. You're my little chonker. You're such a little chonker. Chonka chonk. Alrighty, so we're gonna recap her on here. I think though, what we're gonna do is I think we are going to call it a night here. And we are going to give the Putums some treats as we are on our way over to the couch. We're going to hit that button. Oh, just you wait. Wow. You sound so hard done by. Hard done by. First blood! Want some of this? I'll let you cheat this time. You gotta get your claws out of the couch. Claws out of the couch. No claws in the couch. No claws. There you go. There you go. Now, paws out of the couch. That one too. Come on now. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click a couple of buttons here. We're gonna see who is on and doing the thing. Yeah. We're gonna go say hi to Kate Creates. She stopped by earlier to say hi, so you know what? Let's return the favor and let's bring the party on over to her neck of the woods. We're gonna kill that over there. I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out. Whether you've been chatting or lurking, it's always a pleasure having you. Those of you watching on the red side, I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out as well. You are all awesome, and I hope to see you back